This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, Huntingburg man and juvenile arrested after posting threat to local school corporation. Groundbreaking for 10 Clark Cultural Center. Early voting for May primary set to begin in Du Bois County. Kurt Guxell will be in with sports. On WJTS Inform, we speak with Tammy Lampert with Part 1 about child predators. All to come on WJTS TV News. Good evening, I'm Jenna Schaffer with the news. A threat posted on social media Tuesday towards a local school corporation resulted in the arrest of a Huntingburg man as well as a juvenile on intimidation charges. Huntingburg police say their department and officials with the Southwest Du Bois School Corporation received information about a possible threat that was posted on a social media outlet. Police say the threat was thoroughly and quickly investigated by the Huntingburg Police Department with the aid of the Southwest Du Bois School Corporation. The investigation resulted in the arrest of 18-year-old Joshua Ransom of Huntingburg. Ransom was charged with a level 5 felony count of intimidation. He was taken to and booked into the Du Bois County Security Center. A juvenile police say was also charged in connection with the incident. The next step towards the creation of the planned 10 Clark Cultural Center in Jasper was taken Tuesday afternoon with a groundbreaking ceremony held at the future site of the planned facility at the corner of 3rd Avenue and Mill Street, the former site of Hoosier Desk. A large crowd gathered as members of the Jasper Library Board, library staff, and as well as board members and staff of the Jasper Arts and Jasper City officials took part in the ceremony. Once completed, the $17 million facility will serve as the home of the Jasper Community Arts and the Jasper Public Library. It will replace the current Jasper Library, which was first built back in 1951. The project, which kicked off in the fall of 2014 with the decision to purchase the former office furniture manufacturer building, is being funded by the library and the city of Jasper, as well as through tax credits from the Indiana Economic Development Corporation and community donations totaling nearly $5 million. Dean Vonderheide, who served as president of the Jasper Library Board during a large part of the planning stages of the Cultural Center before he was appointed mayor of Jasper earlier this year, says the planning of the new facility has come a long way over the last 4.5 years.
Well, from the very first time we met, we were looking for options at the library. The library was considering building its own building. Has been waiting a number of years, as Pamela had set up there. And we knew that with the need had outgrown the facility, so we were looking for our options. And when we started talking about what could we do innovatively to reduce the total cost to the library, partnering with other entities, we didn't know who yet, but was an option. So we started talking and found out, well, the arts was looking for doing something, expansion. They needed facilities for their programs and that kind of thing. So we went through pretty extensive discussions, a lot of meetings, and what if, and the excitement just kept building. Every time we met, it just got more exciting, and it's like, this has got to happen.
The building will be named in honor of former Kimball International executive Jim Tenn and his wife Pat Clark Tenn. Mrs. Tenn is a member of the Jasper Community Arts Commission. Library Director Christine Golden says the reality of the process thus far has been a dream come true.
We have been working on this, like you said, for pretty much the entire time I've been the director. We've been working on this, and years before. To see this day that we've had so many people come out and support what we're doing, it's just been fantastic to see.
Construction of the new 10 Clark Cultural Center is expected to be an 18-month process, culminating with a grand opening of the Cultural Center in the fall of 2020. Crimp Construction, Inc. of Jasper has been selected as the general contractor for the project. Several Du Bois County rural roadways remained closed or blocked as a result of recent heavy rains that plagued the area. Areas still affected due to high water, according to the latest list provided by the Du Bois County Highway Department, include County Road 800 West, north of County Road 300 South at the river bottoms at the Patoka River in Madison Township. County Road 150 South, west of Old Huntingburg Road and Elk Creek Road, north of County Road 400 South at the Patoka River, also in Madison Township. County Road 400 South, west of Elk Creek Road at Elk Creek and First Street, Huntingburg, west of County Road 75 West at Bruner Creek in Patoka Township. Motorists are asked to steer clear of these areas and are encouraged to never attempt to drive through flooded or blocked roadways. The DuBois County Clerk's Office says early voting in DuBois County will begin soon ahead of this year's primary municipal election. Early voting for the May 7th primary will kick off Tuesday, April 9th. Those wishing to vote early in the 2019 primary can go to the DuBois County Annex building across from the courthouse. Voting at the Annex will take place in the DuBois County Council chambers, located directly across from the building's main entrance off of the square. Residents may vote at the Annex from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Wednesdays, beginning Tuesday, April 9th through Monday, May 6th. Early voting can also be conducted at the Courthouse Annex Saturdays, April 27th and May 4th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Additionally, voters can vote early at the Ferdinand Branch Library Mondays through Fridays from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. beginning April 29th through May 4th, as well as on Saturday, May 4th from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. Voting will also be available at Jasper's 35th Street Fire Station Mondays through Fridays from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. from April 29th through May 4th, and Saturday, April 27th and Saturday, May 4th from 8 a.m. till noon. No sites will be open April 19th in observance of Good Friday. Voters can also request an absentee ballot to be mailed to them. Requests must be received by the clerk's office by April 29th, and notice can be mail, fax, email, or in person. Applications that are received after the April 29th deadline will be rejected. The ballot must be back to the clerk by noon on Election Day. Voters unable to physically vote can request the assistance of a bipartisan travel board. Requests for a travel board must be received by the clerk's office by noon on May 6th. Voters must show photo identification to cast a ballot. Once again, the 2019 primary municipal election is May 7th. This year's general election is November 5th. Officials with the Jasper Police Department say over a 24-day period in which the department participated in and impaired and aggressive driving enforcement, officers worked 52 hours of overtime and during that period made 136 traffic stops, issued 157 written warnings, issued 18 traffic citations, and made 1 warrant arrest during the traffic enforcement mobilization. The Jasper Police Department, as well as the DuBois County Sheriff's Office, were among roughly 230 police agencies who increased patrols across Indiana for aggressive and impaired driving. The overtime traffic enforcement is funded through National Highway Traffic Safety Administration grants administered by the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute. Jasper Assistant Chief Police Aaron Pearson says, as temperatures rise, so do crashes involving impaired and aggressive driving. He adds that if you venture out, watch for bikes and pedestrians and make sure your plans include a sober, defensive driver. In every state, it is illegal to drive with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08 or higher. Motorcycles are about 3% of registered vehicles, but are dramatically overrepresented in fatal crashes involving alcohol. Impaired driving also includes prescription and illegal drugs. Over-the-counter medication can cause impairment, especially when combined with alcohol or a second drug. Anyone taking a new or higher dose of a drug should speak with their doctor or avoid driving until they know what kind of effect the medication has. Failing to yield the right-of-way is one of the top causes of crashes that lead to injuries and deaths. Following too closely and unsafe lane movement violations are also among the top causes of crashes. Other aggressive driving violations include unsafe speed, speed too fast for weather conditions, disregarding a traffic signal or sign, and improper passing, turning, or lane usage. Young male drivers aged 16 to 34 are more likely to be in a crash involving alcohol or unsafe driving behaviors. Statistics and more information are in the most recent crash facts that the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute publishes with the Indiana University Public Policy Institute at trafficsafety.iupui.edu. The execution of a search warrant at a Washington apartment and the investigation of a local motel resulted in several arrests on drug-related charges. On Monday, officers with the Washington Police Department, the DEA Task Force, and the Indiana State Police served a narcotics search warrant at an apartment where officers reportedly found about 4.5 grams of methamphetamine, with a street value reported at about $450, items associated with the distribution of meth and paraphernalia. Police say Washington Animal Control was also called to the scene to remove 9 dogs from the apartment. Officers reported that the apartment has excessive amounts of animal feces and urine inside. Taken into custody were 42-year-old Betty Edmondson, 22-year-old Kirsten Arp, and 21-year-old Jordan Helderman. Edmondson was arrested and charged with dealing in methamphetamine, possession of meth, possession of paraphernalia, and maintaining a common nuisance. Police say she was also wanted on a level 6 felony warrant for theft. Arp was charged with possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and for maintaining a common nuisance. Helderman was booked for possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and maintaining a common nuisance as well. Meanwhile, Washington Police and the DEA Task Force continued their investigation of a local motel later Monday evening, which led to additional arrests. Officers took into custody 40-year-old Shane Fellers and 40-year-old Amanda Fellers, both of Evansville, after locating about 34.5 grams of methamphetamine, with a street value reported at $3,450. Both were arrested on dealing in methamphetamine charges. Later, Washington police officers, the DEA Task Force, and the Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Department assisted the Indiana Department of Corrections Parole Office in conducting a search of the Fellers' residence. There, officers reported locating 9.5 grams of meth with a street value of $950, as well as items associated with the distribution of meth and paraphernalia. Committee members of the 2019 Dale Fall Festival are looking for a new and exciting fun theme, as well as suggestions for the Parade Grand Marshal for the 52nd Annual Dale Fall Festival. This year's Dale Fall Fest will be held Thursday, September 5th through Saturday the 6th. Those with suggestions are asked to submit them by Thursday, April 25th to Dale Fall Fest, P.O. Box 694 in Dale 47523, or email at dff@psci.net. The person submitting the winning theme suggestion will receive a check for $25. In 2013, the Indiana General Assembly passed a law allowing utility companies to recover infrastructure improvement costs through the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission's transmission, distribution, and storage system improvement charge. This tool, commonly referred to as a tracker, helps utility companies invest effectively in their infrastructure's health. District 48 State Senator Mark Messmer of Jasper notes that last year, the Indiana Supreme Court ruled against the utility company's interpretation of the tracker law, saying the way tracker plans were currently written does not comply with the 2013 statute. Messmer says, along with protecting consumers, House Enrolled Act 1470 would also ensure utility companies are not hindered by state regulations and are permitted to update their infrastructure with the most advanced technology, which may not have been available when the tracker plan was initiated. He says giving utility companies the flexibility to implement their tracker plans and improve their equipment would make it more efficient for them to maintain and improve their infrastructure, leading to better utility services for Hoosiers. As always, feel free to contact Messmer's office directly with your questions and concerns at senator.messmer@iga.in.gov or by phone at 800-382-9467. A lawyer for a contractor blamed for mistakenly cutting down an oak tree planted for the nation's bicentennial in Evansville says the company was following approved plans. City officials earlier said American Eagle Tree Service mistakenly felled the 42-year-old tree on December 26th, leaving behind a plaque stating that it was planted in 1976 in honor of the nation's 200th birthday. The tree stood in Evansville's downtown across from the old National Events Plaza. Kevin Moyer, a lawyer for the contractor, says the Evansville Vanderburgh County Building Authority was using his client as a scapegoat. The authority's director, Dave Rector, said in January that the tree service acted without our knowledge or direction. He says Monday the authority stands behind its previous statements. Stay tuned. Weather, sports, and inform all still to come on 18 WJTS News.